911, what's your emergency? The girl's voice on the other end was barely a whisper. Someone's inside the house, and he's not supposed to be here. And then, just static. That was the last time anyone heard from Melissa Carter, a 17-year-old high school senior who was babysitting at the time. No screaming. No struggle. No goodbye. Just silence. When police traced the call to 319 Aspen Lane, they expected a prank or a teenager overreacting. What they found was something far worse. The front door was slightly open. The lights were on. The baby upstairs, sleeping peacefully. But Melissa? Gone. As if she had evaporated into the air. There were no signs of a break-in. No fingerprints. No open windows. Not even a single piece of disturbed furniture. Just one thing seemed out of place. The house phone was lying on the living room floor. Still warm. Detectives searched the property from top to bottom. Basement. Attic. Backyard. Nothing. It was as if the girl had walked into the house and vanished into a void. The family, traumatized, moved out within weeks. And the house? It sat empty for nearly a year. No leads. No suspects. Just one unanswered question. Who was inside the house that night? 2 years later, the mystery should have been buried. But something new had just surfaced. Tyler Grant was a true crime YouTuber who specialized in local unsolved cases. His small audience followed him for late-night retellings of murders, disappearances, and strange 911 calls. And one night, someone emailed him an audio file with no name. No subject. No message. It was a distorted version of the original 911 call. But this one had something different at the end. After the whisper, "Someone's inside the house," and the static, there was a voice. Male. Slow. Almost like it was whispering into the mic, just 2 chilling words. "Turn around." Tyler replayed it over and over. The official police version of the 911 call had cut off right after the static. There was never any mention of a voice. So what was this? He checked the email again. Still no sender. Just an attached file named Melissa Still Here. Wave. Tyler was hooked. That night, he posted a 12-minute video breaking down the audio, running it through sound filters and noise enhancement. At the end, he said something that would change everything. "If anyone out there knows what happened to Melissa Carter, or has more of this audio, contact me." The video went semi-viral. Within 72 hours, someone did contact him. An anonymous account. No photo. No bio. Just a message that said, "The house is still watching." Tyler didn't sleep that night. The next day, he drove to 319 Aspen Lane. The house had been resold, but the current owner, a retired widow named Marjorie Daniels, agreed to let him look around as long as he didn't record anything. "I've lived here for 6 months," she said, "and I still hear creaks in the attic when no one's up there." Tyler asked her if she ever found anything strange. She hesitated. "Well, there was one thing. In the wall behind the basement shelf. My son was helping me fix the wiring and we found an old flip phone. It was completely dead and cracked, but it looked like it had been hidden there." Tyler asked if she kept it. She did. It was the same model Melissa Carter had owned. Tyler took it to a tech friend who managed to extract 2 things from the phone's fried storage. 1. An image file named lukebahindia.jpg. 2. A short 6-second video clip that had no audio, just a blurry, shaky camera view of the living room. It was the same layout from the police crime scene photos. Same furniture. Same couch. But something was off. At the far end of the video, in the reflection of the TV screen, stood a tall, shadowy figure. Not moving. Not blinking. Just standing. And it was facing the camera. Tyler stared at the video frame, pausing it right on the moment the figure appeared in the TV's reflection. He zoomed in. The face was completely blurred, either from motion or distortion, but the silhouette was unmistakable. Too tall to be Melissa. Too wide in the shoulders. And definitely not human. The arms hung low, unnaturally so. The head tilted slightly to the side like it was observing something, or someone. Tyler didn't know if it was real or a digital glitch, but something deep in his gut twisted. He knew this wasn't just a prank. Someone had been in that house. Possibly still was. Later that night, while reviewing the footage again, Tyler noticed something even more disturbing. The clock on the wall in the video read 9:43 p.m., the exact time Melissa had called 911 2 years ago. That meant the video wasn't just from the same house, it was taken the same night she disappeared. But by who? He checked the metadata on the video. Corrupted. No date. No name. He looked back at the image titled LukeBahindia.jpg. It was just a photo of an empty hallway. Harmless. Until he realized that if he brightened the image and adjusted the contrast, something faintly appeared at the edge of the frame. Fingers. Just barely sticking out from behind a doorframe. Long, thin. Wrong. That night, Tyler posted a follow-up video, this one titled, New evidence in the Melissa Carter case. I found the lost footage. The response was massive. Over 300,000 views in a single day. Comments flooded in. Some people claimed it was fake. Others shared rumors, stories that Melissa had been part of a cult, that the house was cursed, or that it was all part of a government cover-up. But one comment stood out. Posted by a user named Redroom87. It said, You're looking in the wrong direction. The call didn't end at 9:43. It kept going. They cut it from the tape. Attached was a file. Tyler hesitated before opening it. It was another audio clip. Distorted. Glitchy. But real. The first voice was Melissa's. Same line. Someone's inside the house. But then, a second voice cut in. You shouldn't have called them, Melissa. Deep. Cold. Calculated. Then Melissa gasped, and a low dragging sound could be heard. Not screaming. Not struggling. Just dragging. Then static. Then something even worse. A child crying. Tyler jumped up, yanked off his headphones, heart racing. A baby crying? There was no record of any sound like that in the original police files. But the Carter family did have a 1-year-old baby boy, Max. Tyler sat in silence, replaying the clip again. Was Melissa trying to protect the baby when she vanished? Was the voice threatening the child? Why was no one told about this? And why did the police cut the call short? Feeling both obsessed and terrified, Tyler decided to do something reckless. He went back to the house. It was just past midnight when he parked across the street from 319 Aspen Lane. He didn't tell anyone. No live stream. No followers. Just him, a flashlight, and a GoPro. The house was dark. Ms. Daniels was out of town visiting her daughter, and the place had been empty for 2 days. Tyler hopped the backyard fence and slipped in through the back door, which, strangely, was unlocked. The house smelled like dust and old paint. He walked through the kitchen, into the living room, and then paused. The TV. It was on. Just static. No sound. No remote nearby. Tyler's stomach sank. He hadn't turned it on. Still recording on his GoPro, he approached the screen, watching his reflection grow closer. Then it blinked. The TV, or his reflection, blinked. He stepped back fast, knocking over a lamp. In the sudden darkness, he heard something above him. A creak. Then another. Someone was upstairs. He slowly climbed the staircase, each step groaning under his weight. At the top of the stairs, the baby's room door was open. The crib was still there, empty. The mobile hanging above the crib began to spin, even though the windows were shut. Tyler aimed his flashlight at the walls, and froze. Handprints. Hundreds of them. Tiny dark smudges. Like fingerprints smeared in ash or ink. Covering every inch of the wall. And then, a voice. From the baby monitor. Just one word, whispered slowly. Tyler. Tyler's flashlight flickered. The whisper still echoed in his ears. Tyler. The baby monitor crackled again, louder this time. Not static, but breathing. He turned around fast, pointing the light back toward the stairs. Nothing. But when he turned back toward the room, the handprints on the wall were gone. All of them. The walls were blank. The crib was empty. And then he saw it, a figure standing at the far end of the hallway. Tall. Still. Almost blending into the dark. He couldn't see its face. Just the outline, unnaturally long arms, head cocked sideways. The same shape from the reflection in the TV. It hadn't left. Tyler stumbled backward, heart pounding, barely able to keep his hands steady as he pointed the GoPro. But the figure didn't move. It just stood there. And then, without taking a step, it was suddenly closer. Now only 10 feet away. Tyler bolted. He sprinted down the stairs, tripping near the bottom and slamming into the wall. His flashlight rolled across the floor, landing near the couch, right in front of the TV. The static had changed. It was now showing video. Black and white footage of a girl. Melissa. She was sitting on the same couch, crying into her hands. The camera slowly zoomed in. She looked up. Right into the lens. And mouthed something. Tyler leaned in, trying to read her lips. 4 words. He's still in here. And then the screen went black. The room turned ice cold. Tyler's breath became visible, hanging in the air like fog. Then a sharp whisper behind him, inches from his ear. You're not leaving. Something grabbed his arm. He screamed. Tyler woke up in his car. It was morning. The footage on his GoPro was still recording, nearly 7 hours of static and black screen after the point where he screamed. He didn't remember how he got out, or even getting into the car. But on the passenger seat was a burned DVD. Written on it in marker. Don't share this. But Tyler did. He posted everything, the handprints, the voice on the baby monitor, Melissa's face on the TV. He even showed the DVD. And the last clip he uploaded was short. A zoom in of the hallway footage where the